Hi guys, sorry. Shell's still kind of under the weather. We don't know what's going on. You know how she is. Why does it look like that?
Hi guys. Look like what?
There's Shell, by the way. I don't know. It weird looking. I don't know.
I think it might be your cutting board makes it look different.
Oh, I'm sorry guys. I'm looking, you know, we can see it film on the iPad. So that's what I was waiting. But anyhow, anywho. Okay guys, I think this is from my book, right?
Yeah, the main maple leaf cover, I guess. That's what we do.
Oh yeah, where did that go? She was laying on it. Sorry guys, Chloe just got up. She was laying on the table. So,
did you find it?
I did find it, yeah, but I also need my clipboard because that's got all my measurements on it. Okay, maybe now I'm ready, I don't know. Okay guys, sorry about that. Okay.
They're used to it with me.
Yeah, I know they're used to it. Okay guys, sorry, I'm a little out of breath today. I just got done coughing. That always takes my air out. Okay, I showed you yesterday the maple leaf quilt block for my fall journal. The cover that I'm making. I'm not doing the thing. I'm just doing the fabric. So I actually pieced this together this morning. It's not perfect. It was my very first time ever piecing a maple leaf. So, you know, it was a trial and error. I had a pattern and that was it. I think it's supposed to be a paper pieced item, quilt block. I've never done paper piecing. Mom keeps telling me I need to, and I actually did buy something at benefit yard sale thingamabobber, and it actually had a paper piece quilt thing in it, so I got it. So I'm going to learn how to do it. But so this is my maple leaf. This is that yellow I bought at our Stitch. What is it again?
Stitchonline.net.
Stitchonline.net. That's our quilting store over in Durango. They're really, I just love them. They're just a very dear people. She's the one that actually gave us the treadle sewing machine. But anyhow, this fabric I bought there. This is that yellow. This is the same fabric. Boy, that's neat. And then the red gold is the stuff we bought at Tuesday Mornings. And it was the Christmas fabric, but with that gold. And then with this fabric, it just, I think it set it off just right. So I pieced that all together. I didn't do a stem yet. Usually those are appliqued on, or you have a little tiny strip, but I didn't do that. That was a little too much work since I haven't done it before. So that was that one's going to be the cover. That one's going to be a little bit to figure out because I'm going to have to try to figure out what the rest of the cover is going to be, what material I'm going to put this on. So we'll see. I'm going to have to look. I have a pack of beautiful fall fabric, but I actually bought it to make a quilt out of. I don't know how much is there. Probably I'll do a wall hanging, but I actually bought it for the maple leaf pattern. So I might sacrifice a little tiny. No, I won't. I'll find something else, you know. But
we have fabric.
We have fabric. I just don't want to sacrifice that fabric because I had plans for it. So, guys, this is also, we bought this plaid at Tuesday Mornings. It was in that pack with the red gold in it. And I love plaid, but it's a mother to sew with because you have to keep it straight. So I had an idea, which, you know how that goes. This is not cut to our width or length.
Did you tell them what you're making? You probably did. But
I don't know if I did. She was asking if I told you what I was making. I'm making a fabric flip and a belly band. This is for the fabric flip. So These are plastic fabric, I don't know, leaves. So what we did is, this is that fusible web. So I put my fusible web down, and then I put the leaves on the back, like from the bottom, you know, like that. And I ironed it on. I was careful. I didn't know how the material would do. I wasn't too sure if it may melt it or not, but I took a chance and it didn't. So that's what this is. Shell is such a wonderful wife. She's cutting these out for me. So I'm going to let her cut these out. Here's this one.
Okie dokie.
Now this one is, well, this one, I found this fabric was at Tuesday Mornings also. And this is, kind of similar to junk journal fabric. I don't know who makes this. I think
It kind of reminds me of Tim Holtz, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, it looks similar to what Tim Holtz did, but I don't know. The tag on the package did not say Tim Holtz whatsoever, so I don't know. But anyhow, I am going to be using this beautiful fabric as the border around my plaid. So, Shell and I worked on the dimensions for the base, which would be this part, and then the borders, I'm going to make an 1.5" strips. So, I am going to go ahead. I have my trusty, whoa, sorry, my tea. I closed my tea because I know how I am. So, I've got my trusty, True Cut cutter, my True Cut rotary cutter. I like it because it's angled. It's actually sold by the Grace Quilting Company. Quilt frames. They make quilt frames and stuff like that. But I love the how it fits in my hand. So when I saw it advertised, I thought I had to buy this. So I ironed all this. So I am to cut my plaid fabric at 3 3/4, correct?
Correct.
And then after I do my sew my border on at a 1/4 inch seam, that will be 3 1/4. So let me straighten this out. I cut it with a knife, or not knife, but scissors. So, and I try to be careful when I ironed it. So let me see here. I'm going to cut this edge right here, I think, first. So I'm going to cut it. There's probably there's these little brown parts of that. So I'm going to cut it right there. And then I'm going to go 3 3/4 from that point. So I did some work this morning, not much. I had a fiber wash first thing this morning, then I went to town and went to the bank and everything. That is not quite straight, sorry. So, and you know how I am about being, somehow I must have moved. Okay, here we go. And I'm not saving that little dust piece, that's going to go in the trash. But, so I went to town and did a few errands, so let me straighten this out real quick. I'm hoping, I was afraid when I ironed it. I think what I'm going to do is it's got these marks right here, so I think I'm going to maybe come on the inside of those little dots. You really can't see them, but okay. So now I feel comfortable, I think. Yeah, well, maybe not. Go a little bit more. I don't know, guys. I'm just that way. I want it to be straight. It wasn't much off. I don't even know if I even cut it truthfully. I might be leaning my hand a tiny bit too. So okay, so I know this edge is straight and that edge straight. So I need 3 3/4 which, boy, my ruler is barely long enough. I did buy a new ruler of these. I bought a longer, wider one. It's a little easier for me. The little one, I like the ruler. It's just a tad bit narrow, so I have a hard time holding it down. 1, 2, 3 3/4, which I really hope I made this wide enough, because I don't think I did. Seriously? Well, may not be exactly 3 3/4.
That's okay.
I'm gonna have to move it. I can't. That's gonna drive me nuts. Just a tad bit too. So let me go here and Chloe has been laying on the table. She just got up a little bit ago. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
It's supposed to have rain today.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain later on today, and I think part of tomorrow. We'll see. I hope so. It rained a little bit through the night here and there, enough to make everything smell beautiful. So, okay, and so it was 3 3/4 inch wide, which now it's not. It would be a little bit shy of 3 3/4. So, let me figure out about where I need to cut my other piece. And I'm going for the length of 6.5 is how long it's going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. So we've had a pretty good day. Like I said, I did my fiber watch, and
I didn't do anything.
she stayed home. There's no sense of her going while I'm doing that. See, that's what bothers me about this is, but you know, that border is going to cover that up, and I think I'd feel better if I did that then. Sorry guys. I'm just looking at it. It would be just a tad bit crooked right there. So I'm going to fix it, and then I'll go from there. But it was fun to watch this fiber watch. They had hit a rock shelf.
Oh, did they really?
Oh my God, it was huge. It was probably about, they had to go 4 foot deep for water line, because we get a lot of frost here. So, and it was huge. It was about 1.5 feet below the ground is when they hit it, and it was a nightmare. And their water line was so close, he couldn't curl the bucket enough he got to get underneath it, and then kind of force it up to break it. But so it took quite a while, but it was awesome. You wouldn't believe he had a heck of a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. But it was fun to watch. I enjoy watching the guys. There's Cubby. Bye, Cubby.
Hey, Bubba. Is it Mommy's lap?
Sorry you guys didn't get to see him, but he could be a pain at times.
He was a flash of black.
Yeah, he was. Don't get me wrong, I love Cubby. Don't think I don't. I do. So, okay.
Well, and it's for their safety as well as yours.
Yeah, I mean, when you got a razor rotary thing, you don't want him to get hurt. And I have, a lot of times I don't close it since I'm keep using it. So, and this is the quilterselect.com Quilter Select ruler. I've showed this one. I actually bought a couple more. Oh God, here's Butterball. This has anti-slide on the whole thing instead of just part of it. So it's really nice to use. Hi Butterball. This is Butterball. Well, you know her as Sophia, but I know her as a pain in my tuchus. Come on. I love you too.
Yeah. One day Clint called her. He said, she looks like a turkey. And I said, yeah, Butterball turkey. So
yeah.
She comes to the name Butterball.
So did I? Yeah, she does. She knows what Butterball means. She's a neat little girl. I love her to death.
She's laying down now.
Good. She's laying down. So, okay, I'm going to save this. The leaves were 3... I think we measure them at 3.5 at their widest point. Let me make sure. Yeah, it would be about 3.5. So, I was going to say she's kind of out of the line.
Who, me?
Her. I just given her a hard So, but yeah, these are gonna.
I think those are bad. Wait until you see these.
Oh, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I got my. Oh, fusible web. Sorry, I couldn't remember what it was. So I was looking at the show. Okay, so she's got
the
those
green
done.
ones are exactly the same. So.
Oh, okay. So, so I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna lay them on here, iron them down. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the border first. So, I have my. I'm still not sold on this yet, and I'm beginning to. I don't know.
Oh, your
yeah, I love
cutter?
It's a stripology cutter, and I don't know. I'm just not 100% sold on it. I really love the idea. Cutting is always my Achilles heel. I'm just not a very good cutter. But how bad can it be when you have a stupid stripology ruler? You would think it wouldn't cut crooked. So, but I have noticed sometimes they kind of go wonky, so that's the word you used. So let me see, make sure I'm doing 1.5 inch border. Of course, you have your 1/4 inch seam allowance. So okay, so 1.5 inches. I'm gonna go ahead and cut probably. 3 strips, I think. So 1.5 inches at 3, and I need another 1.5 inches right here. I think that's going to be enough. I'll still have extra. Let's see how this did. You know, I don't. You know, that's a fairly new blade. I don't know why I've been having so many problems with that. I don't know, maybe I'm not pressing hard enough. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, I'd have a little nick in it. I don't know. So let me I don't. I know you guys probably wouldn't worry about it, but it drives me nuts. There's only one little string holding on, but the thing is, if you go and you pull it, it will actually pull the thread in your, and it kind of curls it all up, so I don't know what you would call it, but I don't like doing that just because, sorry guys, oh, I knocked stuff off, so, but, I don't know, it's just what I do. I just don't want to mess that up, the border. I mean, it looks good. When I was doing it, when I fold it, and then I cut it, because, you know, I mean, it's only so wide. You can only cut so much fabric at one time. So that's when I was noticing it was going like kind of like this, you know, and you really can't have that either. I mean, you're wasting fabric. You may be able to get part of it here and there to do your borders, so... But I didn't cut any. Have to cut like that this time. These are already cut squares. I think aren't they 12-inch? I think squares or something.
I think so. Well,
something like that. I'd have to. No, they're not 12 inches.
Oh.
They're only 8 inches long. So they're 8-inch squares. So okay, so. That's my wife. Sorry, guys. It's a pretty nice day here. I think it's around. It says 77, but I don't believe that. These have those pinking edges, so I try not to. I'll cut those off. So, okay, guys, this is. I know you've seen this. This is my glue based. It's a temporary basting glue. It's made by Roxanne, or that's, you know, the name on it. I've said it before. I quit using pins. I sew with a seam guide, and the pins hit the seam guide, and it's just a nightmare. So I just started using the basting glue as my stitching, or as my pins, and it works really well. You don't really need, it dries really fast, so you can do it as close or as, you don't want to go too far apart. If you sew with a walking foot, you don't have to do this, because walking foots are designed to move both pieces of fabric at the same time. So, but with a 100-year-old sewing machine, I don't have a walking foot on it. And that was my thing, is I'm not going to sew on the modern stuff. I want to use my sewing machine, and then I have I had bought one that was made back in the 40s or 50s, and I give that to Shell. And it's electric. I will use it. It's a zigzag one. It was made in Japan by Sewmore, which, after all the patents were gone, Singer and others, then a lot of Japanese started making Singer like sewing machines. So, but it's a pink and gray sewing machine. It's a beautiful sewing machine. It was a heavy duty. It almost weighs as much as my Singer does. So I'll have to show it to you, but haven't really needed a zigzag yet. So okay, I am going to let these dry. They won't take very long. I think I'm done. While this is drying, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to cut this.
Hey, hon.
Yes, dear.
Push your camera up forward just a little.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I might have been out.
Well, your head keeps getting in that.
Oh. So, I'm not... Yeah, I don't care about my gray hair. Okay, guys. So, this is going to be a fabric... What do you call that? Oh, belly band. Sorry, guys. I kind of a little bit. I'm just not 100% too sure. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut this. That way I don't have to stress out about my... I can move my cutting board and actually pull my sewing machine over instead of having it. So I'm having to sit on the end table. So I don't have a chair over there. So, and I don't think she gave me the measurements for this.
8.5 by... You don't remember?
Honey, no, I don't remember. I didn't write them down. Did you tell me?
8.5 by 3.5 or by 4, something like that.
It's whatever you want. I don't care. It's your project.
For the belly band?
Yeah.
Well, how thick are the... Because remember we were going to do...
Well, I think the leaves are wider, actually. Let me see here. Actually, it's the same. 3.5 inches wide. I say do it 3.5 inches wide.
Yeah. That'll work.
Okay, I'm going to cut it 3.5 inches wide, first of all. And I moved it, of course. So let me... Oh, I tell you. There's just not a lot of room on the table. I moved her cutting mat. Okay, let me get this lined up again. I took the rough edge off. So let me... Now, this one I am not... We decided I'm not going to border. 3.5, right, babe?
Yes.
Okay. Let me do that one more time. Okay. Okay. So it's going to be a 3.5 inch wide. I am not bordering this. I think I just said that. I am going to go ahead. Boy, that is. Well, that's not a very good 3.5 inches. So I'm not going to border, sorry guys. I'm kind of rearranging the leaves on this to see how I want them. And it needs to be what, honey?
What do you mean?
How long?
8.5.
8.5. Okay, sorry. I just want to make sure I get this right. And I didn't iron this one. I ain't too worried about it.
Well, you'll iron it when you...
Yeah, when I iron the leaves on, then it will be... I'll make sure. I'll probably run the iron across it for a quick thing and just get out some of the wrinkles, probably. Okay. Okay, so 8.5 inches is what... Hope everyone's having a good day. Is this one for tomorrow?
Yeah.
So you guys will see this Tuesday. This is filming it on Monday, so hope everyone's having a good day. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.5. Oh, and I moved. Oh, some days, I tell you. Want to make sure and get the edge of it straight. So, I have to go over to Durango tomorrow. We had several jobs. They call out locates for all the stupid mailboxes on the highway that they're redoing. I don't know how many it ended up being. There was a few, I think probably at least 20 locates, and then I noticed there were 2 more called out today.
Oh, really?
And all those are in the other county. They didn't call out any that are in the county we live in, and they're doing part of that highway. So I imagine they're going to be calling those out pretty soon. 8.5, right, babe? Okay.
Sorry,
She's doing stuff.
I'm
Daydream.
scrolling on Pinterest.
Oh, she's probably trying to come up with more ideas. Hi, Chloe. There's Chloe Marie. She's my baby girl. So I'm not bordering this. So I am going to, after I get all the leaves ironed on, I'm going to iron those on first. Then I'm going to probably sew an 1/8 of an inch border, so to keep the fabric from unraveling. That way, you know, it only can only go so far, but before the stitches stop it. So that's kind of what I was thinking. Oh, cats! Cats are just so much fun sometimes. They really are. She's a good girl. We didn't get our nap today, and I think maybe that might be kind of not helping. I think it's kind of because she's really been hanging around me most since I've been home. So got to put my thing on my cap on my thing. So I should be done cutting for the most part. I'll have to cut off the ends. So she's going to yell at me because I'm in her way. So she's going to yell at me. She's got such a bad attitude sometimes when she gets in your way and then she yells at you because you're in her. She's a pain in the butt. Like I always say, she's dad reincarnated. So. And she has a kiss my butt attitude too. And she'll tell you that too. She's pretty vocal. And you know, I guarantee you know what she's saying. She's hilarious. You know, I only sew with white. Normally, I don't usually sew with different colors. And to be honest, I can't tell if I'm on camera much. I can see a little bit. She's where I need to be. So, this is my antique singer, and like I said, I converted it to a hand crank. It had a motor on it, and then the hand cranks were pretty expensive, and I ended up finding one that was a long bobbin, long bobbin, I know it, long bobbin sewing machine, which is considered that's actually a walking foot sewing machine. The needle actually comes forward and goes back, comes forward and goes back, so it does both of the fabrics at the same time. But it wasn't in good shape, but it had a hand crank on it. And what I paid for it was cheaper than what I would have paid just for a crank itself. So I used it for quite a while, but I had to change a little bit on it because that long bobbin is just a little bit different. So I ended up finding an original hand crank, and it wasn't a bad price, so I bought it, and that's what I use on this one now. So sorry guys, I didn't mean to. And I don't backstitch. This machine won't I mean, you can go backwards, but it snaps your threads, so I don't backstitch on any of my. If I'm using the guide, I don't backstitch. So probably could cut a little bit of this off. Might no, I won't. I think I may have enough to do the bottom, but I won't. Get them out of my way a little bit. Okay, so that's alright, my extra will go in the scrap pile. I was told not to throw away any fabric scraps by Marilyn, or Shell wasn't supposed to hide my chocolate and my chocolate milk syrup, so I try to make sure not to throw too many away. I still do. And if I get yelled at, I don't care. But, you know, I thought, you know, I'm not a junk journaler. This is your guys' department. So, I mean, if you want to use them stupid scraps, I'll be more than happy to put them somewhere. So.
You know how Marilyn is.
Yeah, she's so sweet. I just adore her. So I enjoy using this sewing machine so much, I really do. But, you know, we told you guys I don't want to do the paper, you know, that's not my thing. I did spray tags, and I have done paper, but paper fabric tags, so I combined both. So, but I did do spray, and that was fun, but that's the extent. So, I need to go turn my iron on real quick. I have an antique iron. I think I've showed it to you guys before. I bought it at the antique store. And I don't like leaving it on for very long because it is an antique and I want to take care of it. I don't want it to get burnt out. So
and then it gets hot.
It gets hot. I actually I have an antique iron trivet for it. And I accidentally touched it, and it burned my finger. And it wasn't even on high. So that's this part.
Cool.
What do you think?
I like it.
I don't know. I think with that plaid, I was wondering how.
I think it's interesting.
Well, and that I wasn't 100% sure what to do with it, and I really wasn't. You know, because it's a fall. You have all those colors, but if you were to put the border in one of those colors, to me it'd be too much. And Shell said look through the squares, and I looked through them, and this was actually towards the bottom, and I thought, you know, that's the one I need to do.
Yeah, it kind of matches
yeah, it kind of matches you know, has the red leaf and the branches, so to me it was just right. So I'm kind of excited about using it. And so as soon as my iron heats up, I'll iron it, and then I need to Then I'll put the bottom borders on, and that should take care of that. And then after that, I'll go ahead and do well, I hope I have enough to do that. I may have to cut another. Well, and I wasn't too sure. I guess I could always seam these, but I really don't want to do that. Could, I guess, though. I mean, I have, these are from the edges, so I was thinking I could all seam these, and then if I didn't have enough, instead of cutting another square, we'll just have to see. I don't know. Until I get it ironed, I won't know exactly how much I need. So I'm going to pause this. My iron's heating up because I really can't do anything with the other one yet, because basically I'm just ironing it, and then I'm going to, you know, put the seam, the 1/8 inch seam on it. Well, I want to wait until the leaves are on it before I even do that, because that way I don't have to. So I'm going to put you on hold, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay guys, I ironed it. One thing I was going to say, as I was ironing it, when you're working with plaid, or well, with any fabric, you'll notice, but especially with plaid, when you're ironing it, you don't press, you try not to move your iron. You more, you know, you get your seams to fold down, and then you put your iron on it. If you start to move it, it will actually pull the fabric, so it will go all wavy. So, and I mean, with it being plaid, you don't want that. Some fabric, it won't matter. So, let me get my cutting board. I don't have too much room. So, and then that black cat came up here. So,
yours?
No, mine's sound asleep. It's your little one that's. So, his ear. No, Cubby. Hi, Cubby Dean. Bye, Cubby Dean.
Come here, little bug.
Sorry, Cubby. I can't love on you, and I can't have you up here while I'm cutting.
Come here, Bubba. Cubby. Come here. Come here.
His ear's doing a lot better. It's still a little crusty, and you know, but it's getting better. She said if we have to, she'll put him on stronger antibiotics because it's a rub. So
here he comes again.
I'm almost done. So. Okay, and there's the brat child.
Takes after you.
He's a pain in Daddy's tuchus is what he is.
Oh, look how cute he is.
No, 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 no. Oh, Lord, some days, I tell you. Okay, now I can't even get to him. All right, let me move my sewing machine a little bit. Where's my glue at? My glue's on the floor. Okay, I got it ironed and I got my things cut. So, let me glue my... Yeah, see that one? I'm not... Hold on, guys. I tell you, Cubby's just laying there on my cutting mat. I wasn't happy with the way one of the sides was, so I went ahead and I re-ironed it, pressed it just a little tiny bit. So let me put my glue on it. I really like this glue. It just makes life so much easier. Well, you're not sticking yourself with pins constantly, and it's just nice. They do have basting spray, and we actually have it. It works, you know, but I like the glue. To me is a little bit easier. You don't have to worry about when, you know, having something to spray it in and all that other. It's just kind of a pain sometimes. So I've used it a little bit on some of the projects I've done for you guys.
I use it more than he does.
She does, you know, like, well, the first chenille covers I used it, and I wasn't very happy with it, so that's when I started using the basting, fusible web, sorry. So, I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to try to cut it off as close to that seam as I can because I don't know how much more I'm going to have sitting on my good long scissors, so I'll have to use it. I'm hoping I have enough. I really thought I really don't want to have to cut extra. I mean, it just means more scraps and more pain in the butt, I think. So, but we'll see. I think this might have turned out a little too wide. Oh, dang it! I have to cut. Well, I don't have to cut. I'll just re-seam it. So let me. That's how wide it is, hon. It's too wide.
How wide is it?
Oh, it's way too wide. 5 inches, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 1/4.
Well, when you're done seaming it,
yeah, I think
go
we'll
around
just.
the edges and take
We'll
a
have
quarter
to. Yeah,
inch
I think
off.
we're gonna have to. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's.
It won't be too bad.
No,
it just has to be a little bit of room.
Yeah, it's 5 inches wide right now, and that's. She says that's too wide. So I'm
It's
gonna.
gonna be about 5 1/2 is all.
Yeah, I actually might go ahead and. I don't know. We'll see here. I don't know if I'm really in camera. I did move this, so I may not be. He knocked everything off. I can't find my.
Hopefully he won't.
No, he's not. Won't turn it off because.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna say he won't, but he's actually not on that part of it. So I'm gonna take off. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I'm gonna take off part of the border. So before I actually do my bottom border, I'm going to go ahead and trim my top and my sides on this one. I don't know if I need to trim the top. I'd have to measure it, but and that way I may have enough. Let me iron it real quick. I don't know if I can get the pause. I'm going to iron it real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. He's blocking my way, being a pain in my tuchus. So, that's alright. I got it all set up, so it's not that big of a deal. Just got to figure out about... Well, I tell you what, though, honey, that looks pretty darn nice.
Does it look nice?
What do you think?
Looks nice.
So this is what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and trim part of this off. What I'm going to do is just measure from here on both sides. That way it'd be a little bit more accurate. I love it. I think it turned out really nice. So let me how much do you want off of it, babe? Do you think?
Maybe just a 1/4 inch or so.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and...
Whatever you feel like.
Well, my thing's a little crooked for some reason, so let me do that. Maybe that will help. I don't know. Yeah. I'm a little bit, my seam's a tad bit crooked on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and line up what I need to, and then I'll go ahead and take what I need to off. It'll be a little different. Most of it's straight, so I'm going to go ahead and take that part off. And I'm taking about a 1/4 inch off each side. So it's not going to amount to much, but that's a 1/2 inch when it's all done. So I'm putting my thing right at it. Yeah, you guys probably won't be able to tell much. I'm going to go ahead and take it off the top too, just to be safe. It's not that big of a deal, but that way it's all that way it's even. So still don't know if I got enough to use this piece. I may end up trimming it and tying another piece on it. So
I wait.
Oh, no. Okay, let me... Man, I was really hoping I'd be able to use... So let me sew this. Just... Because I still have extra, you know, that I cut off on the... A little bit here and there. So I'm just going to add that to it. So let me just cut a little tiny bit off, and that should... Then I'm going to seam it. Probably won't base it. What, hon? Oh, Chloe went to bed. So, yeah, she does yell at you when she gets in your way. Or when she's, yeah.
She told me she was ready to go.
Yeah, she is so funny, but she does. She, you know, she'll tell you, okay, I'm ready to go to bed, and she stayed out quite a long time today. She stayed out a lot longer than she normally does. So, she's a pretty cool cat. She's definitely, this is her home. I mean, she knew it instantly. She's a pretty neat little girl. I sure do love her. She's been a just absolute blessing. So, that's trimmed. So, I'm going to go ahead. I just pieced the bottom. So I'm going to sew it, do my 1/4 inch seam. I don't mind, you know, having that visible. I don't think it's that big of a deal. So I wasn't short a whole bunch. I was short probably about an inch or so. I just...
That kind of looks cool.
I think it is sharp. And just probably bring the iron in here, and that way I can iron them for you guys. So let me go iron this real quick. And then sew that on there. And go from there, huh, babe?
That looks really neat.
You know, I'm really liking it. I think it's gonna.
I wasn't really sure, but I really like how it's kind of coming together. Kind of is bringing in like the junk journal aspect, you know, like the ledgers and stuff like that. But I really like that. I think that's really fun.
Well, and truthfully, guys, I'm happy I think the one thing I'm enjoying is I'm bringing my aspect to it. I mean,
yeah, your part and everything.
You know, I highly doubt you'll ever see another one made. I mean, I don't, you know, I doubt anyone's ever done this.
It's a unique piece.
It's a very unique piece, and that's what I love to do is, you know, I want to make it special for you guys. I want you guys to say, oh, look at that. You know, that's a good idea, or that's a bad idea, but, you know, I mean,
well, you know, if you get something from us, it's going to be unique.
Unique, and that's what's fun about it. I
think that's why I love people's crafts.
Yeah, I enjoy.
It's just to see what they do.
Yep. So, like I said, I went ahead. This is my strip. I seamed it right there. So I'll probably... I like this one because it's got both of that printing right there. So we'll see how I can do it. It'd be nice to kind of... Looks like I might be able to keep part of it on one side. So I put my basting glue on it. So I'm going to go ahead and trim part of that off right now so I don't have to sew through stuff I don't need. But yeah, that's why I think it's so much fun. I love it being unique, you know, one of a kind. I think that's so much fun, you know. Because more than likely, I'll never do one of these again. You never know. I mean, I may do it for a different occasion. But, you know, with all of a sudden she said, oh, I got leaves, and...
well, I saw them on Holly's channel, which is Zen Butterfly Design, I think. And I'll put a link below, but I thought it was such a cool idea. Hi, Holly.
Hi, Holly. I'm going to subscribe. So. But when she saw the leaves, you know, said, oh, I got those leaves. So she went and got them, and I asked her what material they were made of. I was thinking, that's exactly why. I was thinking, oh, you know, if I can't melt it, it might work out pretty good to do it this way. So That's how we came up with it. And then she, you know, she's doing, I think, 2 signatures in this book, so
yeah,
I
be
needed
2 in both books.
Both books, but I needed an extra, another thing, so I said, well, why don't we do the belly band similar, and then that way we can tie it all in together, and then you have the maple leaf on the front. So I think it's a pretty good idea. I need a, do we have an, can I plug something in?
Yeah, there's the green one.
Okay.
Why don't you pause it for now?
Well, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to pause it, and then he's going to move his iron and stuff over here to kind of show you guys what else, or how he's going to kind of complete these. So, we'll be right back.
Okay, guys, I moved my iron. Oh. So, and I got my fabric flip sewn, and I've got it all pressed, got it all trimmed, so it might still be a tad bit wide, but Shell said she's okay with that. So this one, with all the colors, I chose to do only greens. I just think that will make life easier. Too easy for it to, you know, you can put a red in here, but if you look, you can't really see it. You know, you could if it was on the border, but it still gets lost, and I didn't want that to me. So I've got my probably, so this still has, she may have to do this for me, maybe not, we'll see. Okay, so there's the backing. So now I can just put, I hope it shouldn't do any melting or anything, so I think it's maybe like a really heavy coated fabric almost. I don't think it's necessarily.
I don't know what it is. It feels like
but
oh, I love it.
So
isn't that fun how he just kind of overlaid it like that?
So I've got 3. And
I told him it had to be an odd number.
Yeah, you know how she is. I told her, well, do it yourself.
No, you didn't. You said, this is my project.
Leave me
alone.
You know, I think I'll probably have them touching a little.
They don't have to be straight up and down. You can flip them and stuff. Just saying.
Honey.
This is my project.
Just leave me alone. These are so thin, guys.
Oh, that is.
You wouldn't believe how thin these are.
Yep, just another one.
Just another one. So
we couldn't figure out why one wasn't sticking, and then we realized that there was 2 of them.
Yeah, there was 2 of them. So, you know.
That's kind of cool.
You know what? I like it. I think it's pretty awesome myself. So, of course, I'm pretty awesome. So. Sorry, guys. It just had to be said, you know.
Oh.
So I could have even done. See, I don't even really. You know, it's wider than we had thought, so they don't have to necessarily overlap, but I want them to.
I think it's cool.
I'm probably just going to put them like this.
Yeah, like they're floating down from a tree or something.
So.
I wasn't sure if they'd melt when you did that. But
I wasn't sure, but you know, I figured, well, it could either be a craft shoot or it works, so. You know. I really figured it would because she's not the one that ironed them, I did. And I actually ironed them between 2
I was going to say, what do you mean by that?
Butcher papers. So, you know.
That is awesome.
I knew they weren't going to melt, so.
Hopefully you didn't make it too long. But
well, we can trim a little bit off the bottom.
If we need to.
If we need to, and we can always trim a little bit.
It'll
off
work.
the edge,
it'll work
you know,
out.
it'll work out. So, but I did what I was
That is so fun. Look
told.
at that, guys. Don't you love that?
So, I did what I was told, so.
First time for everything.
Yeah. So, I think this is a definite success. I really do.
I like it. I think it's really cool.
Let me iron my belly band here. Like I said, I didn't bother ironing it when I cut it. I wasn't too worried about it, really, truthfully. But okay, guys, let's see. I think we had 4 or 5 for this one. Not
You only had 4 because it was an even number.
Oh, and
it
that
was
drove
stressing
her
me out.
nuts. And I thought, good. So, Butterball's talking. She's.
Hey, sister, you okay, honey? What's wrong, honey?
She's
Come
so
here.
funny. I tell you, she's quite the little girl, that Butterball. Then she looks at you with those 2 colored eyes and just melts your heart.
How are you?
She's a sweetheart. She gives kisses all the time. When she was a baby, she'd give you kisses on her nose, and her tongue would go up your nose. Oh my God, you talk about drive you nuts.
Yeah, and it would like reach your brain or
Yeah,
something.
it was so funny.
Sister's watching Daddy.
Hi, honey. She's just a doll. I love the way she goes. She's a pretty cool little girl, I tell you. You know, and really, these look a lot fairly real, I think.
I know, they're really cool. And I'm pretty sure I got them from a yard sale because the package said 10 cents on it.
Oh,
so.
I bet you did then, yeah. My fingers are a little bit. Hi, sweetheart. She's on my shoulder. She's funny. She's just, yeah.
They're all attention seekers. When they want love, they come to you.
Yeah, they do.
Make sure you give them some love.
He didn't lay with me. I forgot my money and my debit card, so I had to stop back by before I went to town, which is not the best thing to do. It really bothers him when I do that. So he's talked to me, and, you know, I've petted him, but he hasn't really laid with me much. So.
He's not too happy with Daddy.
No, and he'll get over it.
He will, though, yeah.
It kind of bothers him. It just does, you know. So, figure out how we want to place these. Like she said, I had 4.
That's upside down.
I know. I got it. These are kind of, with the odd shape, you kind of have to, if you want them to fit, you kind of have to. See, that one blends in a little bit, which, you know, it is what it is. I mean,
when you were putting them out, you had the 2 red together, and then you had the green.
Yeah,
and then the
I
yellow.
know, but I just thought it was neat to separate them, you know. They're kind of...
I'm loving on Sophia.
Yeah, she's... Oh, maybe like this. Maybe
girl.
that don't look too bad.
That's kind of fun.
I'm going to do that, you know. That gives me enough room. So...
Just so your border...
Can't really see the bottom ones, because
No.
it does blend in a little bit to the one stuff. So, this is my antique iron rest. And yeah, it gets so hot.
You're going to burn those.
Oh, honey, would you just hush up? This is my project, not yours. I know better. I know my sewing machine. Give me a break.
Iron.
Iron. I know my sewing machine, too. So, let me turn my iron off. No, I don't have to worry about it. So, that is the belly band.
I know, honey.
So,
Part.
oh, I missed a part right there.
Sorry, it just looked
No,
like it wasn't.
yeah, I thought I had my eye.
See, I got to keep an eye on him.
Whatever. So, like I said, I'm going to go
That's
in.
going to be such a fun journal to make.
And you can see the...
Huh, that's odd, isn't it?
I bet it doesn't have any sticky stuff on it.
That's okay. We can
Well,
make it
we
work.
can glue it, and then I'm
One
going
if you
to
sew
sew
around
it.
it anyway.
So, I am going to go ahead and seam all this. I'm not going to do it on camera. Probably do... my machine's set for 1/4 inch.
Just go
So,
all the way around it. He doesn't want it to fray too much.
Yeah, I don't want it to fray. I don't know. I do have yellow thread I guess I could put on top. Maybe I should do
That'd
that.
be kind of cool.
Maybe I will do that. I had some from a quilt I made. So I'll probably take the top thread, because I use, like I said, I use white most of the time. So I will do that. So I guess really that's the 2 projects for today.
You guys have to let us know what you
So
think.
yeah, please let us know.
Those turned out really awesome.
Can
I
you guys
love
see them
those.
both? I'm really happy with it. I love the fabric choices.
I think they're fun.
They're fun. You know, and like I said, you know, they're so unique. You're not going to see this I mean, I'm sure no one's done this before.
Not with those fabrics.
Not with
stuff,
this,
even with,
you know, this idea maybe, but so it's unique, and that's what's so fun. That's why I think I love been loving the junk journaling fabric stuff. So, and then with my, like I said, with my quilt block, it's not perfectly square. So I'm gonna probably try to do. I'm gonna put a border, a thin border around it, and then I will put it on the fabric for the book itself. So I'll piece it all in. I think it turned out really pretty. I just love the gold and the red with that yellow. So I think that turned out pretty good. So I'm really happy with the 3 projects. So, and then I guess I got 2 more projects, I guess, for Shell.
Well, for this book, yeah.
For this book? No.
Yeah, because you have 2 more signatures, remember?
I thought you said you're only doing 2 signatures.
I know, but this goes in one.
One, and that goes in the other.
Oh, we could do that. I thought you were going to put those 2 in one signature, but yeah, that'll work.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I think that's too much. Well, I mean, I could do a third. I could do something, a small, something. I could do a small pocket. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Who knows? You might be able to take one of these leaves, back them with a white fabric or whatever, and put them in a corner, and you can make a corner tuck spot.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. Ooh, he's talking junk journal.
As long as it's, you'd want it firm enough. You know,
you could back it like on your bowl material or something.
Yeah, you could. Like it's just so thick. You know, the bowl material would work, of course, but it is kind of thick. But that's a good idea. I might try that with maybe one of the red ones, the red maple leaves.
Well, we can talk about it next time.
So, well, I'm talking about it now. Deal with it, babe. So, yeah. So I'm going to work on that, and we'll show you how that one works, you know. So, but that's it for the day. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. We really do appreciate it. Please subscribe if you haven't. And, I know we've missed a few days.
Just a day here.
You know, a day here and a day there. You know, I worked a little bit on ink blenders. I'm gonna try to work a little bit more today. Hopefully, we'll see. It's already 3 o'clock, so. But please subscribe, and everything I used, except of course for my iron, she'll put on the thing for you guys, and the link below, and I'll seam all this stuff for you guys. So that's it. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. We do appreciate you guys so much. We appreciate all the wonderful comments. I read comments every single day, and I usually put like a thumbs up on them. I try to comment when I can, but thank you guys for all your support. We do appreciate it. And you guys take care. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.